Both leading candidates in New Hampshire's 1st District are newcomers to congressional campaigns.
And with the incumbent deciding to leave Washington this year, that meant a wide open race. WMUR Political Director Adam Sexton followed their campaigns on the road.
Chris Pappas on the road in Manchester. The Democratic candidate for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st District stopped into Chez Vachon during breakfast recently to chat with voters. Barbara Duval wanted to know about his plan to combat the opioid crisis.
I don't know how you stand on that. And
it's, this is an issue that affects just about every family, every community. We all have stories from our own lives of people we know, people close to us that we've lost. And this can't be something that we just figure, oh, we'll do something and turn the corner tomorrow. This has to be a sustained effort over a period of years.
This table of outdoorsmen discussed a wide range of issues, including Social Security and Medicare.
Chris, what's important to a guy like me is that our old people are taken care of.
Social Security, Medicare, those are earned benefits, and you earn them through years and years of hard work, and we've got to make sure that we protect those programs so that they're there for people when they need them, both today's retirees and the next generation of retirees.
It's our money.
That's right.
We're not asking the government for anything.
Well,
it's our money. We paid into that.
That's
system.
exactly right. That's exactly
you can't
right.
go spending that money.
And those funds shouldn't be raided. They shouldn't be compromised at all. And I don't think they should be privatized either.
Jeff Coble wanted to know what Pappas thinks of President Trump's latest trade deal.
USMA, the new thing with Canada that Trump's going to sign.
Yeah, I think it.
And Mexico, of course.
Yeah, I think it was an important step to negotiate that and to make sure that we're getting a fair deal.
Some voters want a congressman who's ready to work on everything.
the whole ball.
There's a lot to talk about, and I think that's part of the distress I have about Washington is that there's so many big issues, yet everything's so divisive and people are just out to win and beat the other side as opposed to finding ways to work together.
On the road with Eddie Edwards in Rochester. At Benedict's Grill, the 1st Congressional District candidate gets credit from Gene Grover for taking a stand during the Republican primary, refusing to sign a pledge to support Andy Sanborn if he won for reasons of character.
When you refuse to debate Andy Sanborn on principle, I think you won many people's hearts that day.
Grover and others enjoying lunch here want Edwards, if he gets elected, to focus on helping veterans.
We definitely need something for the ones coming home with PTSD. We need some kind of facility that can help them.
Well, you have my commitment. You have my commitment. I am going to work for our veterans because they worked and they protected us.
I think the veterans should be able to go to a normal hospital if the VA hospital is not capable or is too far away.
A lot of people believe that.
I don't understand why they can't. I just,
This is more of government control.
Yeah.
Right? We need to get back to a place where our veterans can go to their local hospital, be served, be treated.
Gregory Maliski is worried Congress will begin to undermine gun rights.
Second Amendment is very important to keep our Constitution safe from corruption.
There's no reason that we need the federal government here in the state of New Hampshire trying to dictate laws and rules to our governor and our lawmakers.
Stephen Inza asked Edwards about Social Security.
I was just wondering what we can do with Social Security, get some of the money back in that was borrowed from us so many years ago.
Well, you're absolutely right on Social Security. We have to stop government from robbing Social Security, number one. But number two, we have to shore that system up. We have to make sure that we keep the promises that's been made.
There you go. That's the situation right now. We're going to visit the 2nd Congressional District when we come right back.
Plus, what you need to know for voting tomorrow and a look at our full coverage of the results.